Cool. So Frank Miller commented on what we talked about. We talked about the Drake Bell thing and how he was like abusing his ex-girlfriend or whatever. And we didn't even talk about that. It's hilarious because your reaction on like how old the girl was just led into like pedophilia, talking about that in Hollywood and stuff. So the topic of the video was pretty much about that. So he commented, the channels for kids got away with showing all kinds of suggestive garbage to children. I believe the target audience for these shows was 8 to 12. Ashley Tisdale getting a joke facial on the Disney Channel. Ariana Grande showing feet on Nickelodeon. So...
Are you sure we want to click on these?
Yeah, we're going to be demonetized. So yeah, basically this is a GIF of Ashley Tisdale. Looks like it's like a joke facial. Yeah, that's like, why are they showing that in the kids show? And then Ariana Grande. Yeah, like this is what I guess. Let's take this off screen. But yeah, but it was honestly like, yeah. If you Google, like if you're ever bored, you can like see these like in-depth videos they made about Dan Schneider, like that really fat guy who's like a producer on all these like famous Nickelodeon shows. The dude had like an obsession with feet, and he would make these weird auditions where they like girls would have to show their feet and stuff, and you know, like they made episodes where like there was an obsession around feet. It was like really weird. Like it was like blatant as day. And like I said, some people came out and spoke out about it. And yeah, it's like a really big problem in Hollywood, just like pedophilia. So I was thinking about this the other day. I know this is kind of fucked up. So yeah, so yeah, just prepare your anus here. I was just thinking about like, do pedophiles like make fun of each other? Like, you know, because you have like the pedophiles, like usually it's like fucking men. Like, let's face it, of course.
This is super dark.
Yeah,
this is so dark.
No, but just stay with me. So, like, you know, you have the pedophiles, you know, who are into like little boys, and then you have pedophiles who are into little girls, right? So, do the pedophiles who are into like little girls are like looking at the ones that are into boys and like, ha ha, like, you, what the fuck's wrong with you? You guys are into little boys. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And like, there's kind of like a war between like the pedophiles.
Not sure.
I think of like weird shit sometimes when I can't sleep, and like I just go on these like internet rabbit holes. Like, I don't know, like that's why I was a little kid watching like, you know, fucking gore websites and stuff.
Yeah, either way, they better not.
No comment.
Into me, I don't know. I don't know what I would. That drives me like over.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it just fucked up. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're the scum of the earth, like pedophiles, especially the ones that are like there's been a lot of videos where people are like cracking. They're basically like they're cracking down on pedophiles. Like they pretend to be like a 14-year-old boy or whatever, and then they like film, like they confront them, like oh yeah, you were meeting me, huh? It was me the whole time. Like, it's become like a sub thing.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Those YouTube videos, yeah.
There's like a ton of like people who do that right now. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say something about pedophiles since we love talking about them. Honestly, I had a point that I lost.
I mean, I think I was trying to be. Well, okay, so you were talking about like if the girls, if the ones who like.
Oh, I know. So yeah, so basically, there's like this whole like movement like within, and all right, so we're gonna tread lightly here. Like, you know how you have like the LGBTQ movement.
Oh, I've actually heard about this.
You heard about this, right? Where it's like, oh, you know, pedophilia, it's actually a sexuality.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And then there's, but like, it's like all these people who like come out online and say like, yeah, I'm a pedophile. I've never touched any kids, you know.
That's fucked.
But like, yeah, and then like they're
trying to normalize it.
Yeah, they're trying to normalize it, and then there's an argument online where it's like, wait, if they don't ever really like do anything, are they really pedophiles? Like, should they, like, people want to assault them and shit, even though they've never done anything to like a child? So what's your opinion?
Keep it to yourself. don't talk about it.
Right.
Just fuck off.
Right.
Literally. I mean, it's like, don't normalize it. Like, don't. It's exactly like what we were talking about, just regular porn.
Mm-hmm.
First, you start watching, like, the first thing any boy looks up, boobs, or like ass, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then somehow they end up watching like gangbang videos or whatever kind of videos. It's the same thing. Like, it's just gonna go deeper and deeper. Where it's like I've heard that argument where it was like, oh well, they basically normalize everything until the next thing is like, well, okay, bestiality is kind of like I would think that would come before pedophilia, like
sure,
where like that's normal, that's normalized.
Okay,
like
they're basically always moving the goalposts.
Exactly.
That's why it's like, would you call yourself a conservative?
I don't go online enough to be considered.
It has nothing to do with
online. It is. Everybody online is like, I'm conservative. I'm a liberal.
You don't want to label yourself.
Yeah, I ain't got a label, baby.
No, because it is kind of like, whatever. I guess I'm putting you in a box.
What do you think?
Well, that's why it's kind of like the conservative values, where it's like we got to be careful with what we're accepting, because okay, we've accepted this, and now we're accepting this now, and it's like it's always kind of like pushing the goalposts. It's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a conservative, but I would say that, like, I have a moral compass that I follow myself. That's all I'm saying. Like,
sure.
I have, like, I think this is correct. I would think this is not correct.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at, like, what's going to be more survival as, like, myself as a person, or, like, everyone in general, like, do I want people normalizing, like, pedophilia, where it's like, oh, you see some guy, like, just think about that. Like, let's say 100 years, that's normal. And you're at school and there's a guy, like, hitting on your daughter. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, I'm a pedophile. Like, you can't, I'm sorry, I'm really attracted to your daughter.
No, or it's if it's at that point, like what you're saying, it's like, oh my God, like, you're a bigot.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't get mad at me. I'm attracted to your daughter. That's my sexuality.
Yeah.
It's like,
are you judging me on my sexuality?
Exactly.
Like, you piece of shit?
Yeah. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
I am judging.
Before I blast you.
That's the thing too, where like I've had comments and people, we're gonna get to some troll comments here, but people like criticize and they're like, oh, you can't judge. And it's like, I can judge. When did that become invalid?
You can't judge me. It's like, I'm judging you right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna judge.
I have my own moral compass that I like, and it's not like I even have to, like, I'm not going out and protesting on the streets.
Right.
Like, fuck you. And it's not like I have that feeling toward anybody. I mean, pedophiles, yeah.
Like, specifically.
Right, yeah. Like, I'm not against most subjects that are, like, super, like, touchy right now.
Taboo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you can't touch them with a 10-foot pole, otherwise you're going to get canceled.
Yeah.
Anyway, but, like, when it comes to certain subjects, it's like, no, I feel like that's wrong. Pedophilia is wrong, 100%, obviously.
Right.
I think everybody in this day and age, until somebody normalizes it and it becomes so normal that it's like, oh yeah, it's just another thing, like, whatever, that guy just likes kids. It's like,
I think that's why we have to really, when something comes out like that, fuck it, call me a bigot, call me this. I'm about to have a fucking daughter. Like,
right.
I'm scared to death of this world and, like, what they're trying to do. So, yeah, I will fucking, if you're a pedophile, you're a piece of shit. I don't have any sympathy. Like,
I've heard, like, of these things, like, oh, well, there's already videos of, like, these, like, what's it called? There was something like, well, what we need to do is create a program because there's already these videos of, pedophiles doing these things. So we can take all those videos and put them in the library so that they can watch them, so they'll satisfy that urge and blah, blah. It's like, no. That's what I'm talking about. Like, with, it just goes to another level of, like, oh, they're going to watch this stuff. They're going to be jerking off to it. Next thing you know, they're going to be looking for kids. There's no doubt about it. Like, It's not like, I'll just be satisfied with that. Just give me access to that library.
Have you heard? I've never heard of that, and that's fucked up.
I've heard of it. There was some study or something like, well, if we just let him like have some access to it.
Well, what I heard is this. I heard that eventually, like, you know, we're getting like VR, like technology is going crazy. Like we can create like deep fakes of all this stuff. And there's these people who argue that they can create like an animation of like boys and stuff, like little kids that they can do. Like they already have like kind of like that VR porn and stuff. And they could do the same thing with kids, and their argument is like, let's let them do that with that because it's going to help with their urges, so they don't actually do it in real life.
Yeah,
have you heard that?
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, but that's what I'm saying. If you are watching porn, the next day you don't want to watch porn again. You want to go have sex with a woman.
Yeah, because any addiction
or whatever, guy, whatever, it doesn't matter.
A girl, a little kid. I know what you're trying to say.
No, not like I'm saying like a
I see.
Who's watching porn? They don't want to keep watching porn. They eventually want to have sex with a woman or a guy or whatever. Whereas like, if you give that access to pedophiles, it's not like they're just gonna like, okay, good, I'm satisfied with that, you know, whatever. It's like, no, they're gonna be trolling schools. They're gonna be fucking, you know. I'm not joking. It's like that's what's gonna happen if we start normalizing that kind of shit.
Right. No, I mean, I agree with you. I think it's a big topic. I do have one quick story, and then we'll wrap this up.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. When I was younger, like I was so scared to be like, not that I'm. Fuck. How can I say this? Like I went to pick up my sister at like school one time, and I was just like in my car, just waiting for her, or whatever. And then there was these kids at the playground, and I was parked next to the playground, and this little kid came up to the fence and was like looking at me or whatever. So I was like, okay, like, all right, I'm just gonna do my own thing here, just stay on my phone. And then the little kid like started like lifting up his shirt and like doing weird, like sticking his tongue out and stuff, doing this. I swear to God. And I was fucking shitting my pants. Like, dude, what is this kid doing? I'm going to look the opposite way. I am not looking at this. What the fuck is going on? Like, honestly, I will never forget that. But you're ever in a situation where you're oh my God, like people are going to think this, like I need to like, oh, I'm not looking, oh my God. Like honestly, it was a weird situation. And it's just like, fuck, where's my sister? You know, I need, you know, she needs to come out. I need to pick her up. So yeah, I just wanted to tell that story.
No, I've had the same, like, not same situation, but like, where like, I don't know, I'm so adverse to that, like that whole thing. Like, one time, I went to like a birthday party or something, and there was like always there was a weird kid there. Basically, like he was like, he was just very strange. Okay. So I'm standing there just like, you know.
School shooter type?
No, like they were like in their 5 or 6 years old or whatever.
Oh, and
like that age.
And you were like an adult?
Yeah, I was at the party, with my friend or whatever.
Sure, you were at a kid's birthday party, exactly. Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a weird kid there. He comes running up to me, and he starts humping my leg.
Oh my God.
It was just like, I was just like...
awkward as hell.
Okay, I don't want to, I just literally like put my hand in between and like threw him off and did not act like anything. I was like, stop, and like threw him away. It was like, anyway, so blah, blah, blah.
Was everyone like looking?
No. It was just so funny because a couple people saw me and were like, they just started laughing. We're like, wow, you handled that really well. But it was just like, I don't know, that kid was weird. But it's just funny. I mean, obviously there's nothing.
A similar situation.
Yeah, it's just like, obviously, probably both of those kids did not have any like sexual, obviously, didn't have any like sexual thing behind it. But kids, it's so like, I do not want any part of this. Get away from me.
You don't know what people are going to perceive.
Exactly,
Imagine like his mom like walks in and like is one of those crazy types, like looks at you like
I did something wrong. Like,
like,
what are you doing?
You're a pervert.
Like, yeah. What your kid is fucking humping my leg.
Yeah, I know. I'm just standing here.
Yeah, like you're in your car and then somebody's like, what are you doing to these kids?
Yeah, that's why I was looking the other way, like that way if like a teacher came by or something, like they just saw me looking.
Did you tell him to do that? What are you doing here?
The fuck?
Who are you?
I'm just sitting in my car. Cool. So yeah, pedophilia sucks.
But what's also disturbing is that, like, okay, Frank Miller makes a good point.
Mm-hmm.
What's disturbing is that these are like photo buckets and like these are links to those things. Ashley Tisdale facial is like, what's wrong with people?
Yeah, go ahead and Google that.
Like, or that GIF, like even the GIF of that Ariana Grande eating her feet is like.
There's worse than that, because when when I make the thumbnails for the videos and stuff, like I have to Google shit, and like sometimes I'm like, fuck, I have to be careful what I'm typing, because I'm literally typing in like pedophilia feet and shit, and it's like I just imagine like the fucking government, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay,
and then
Clapper's house.
Yeah, and then there's like photos, like weird photo. There was like another like kids show where they were like putting ketchup on this kid's feet, and it was like literally in the middle of the frame. It looked like super sexual. It was like,